Okay, hey, welcome everybody to the Saturday night live stream, the 10 bagger live stream, live from Miami. It's Saturday night, so we're doing this a little bit early. Usually we don't do this Saturdays. Usually it's a Sunday night thing. Derek, we're gonna rock here. This has been a rocking week. This has been an incredible week. Mohammed, good evening. Thank you for joining again. We got a fantastic week. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm actually not going to be able to do this. So we got a lot happening this last couple of days next week. So I wanted to get this out to you today. Anybody who's not watching today, I'm sure a lot of people are busy. You'll watch it tomorrow. So what an incredible week. Friday was amazing, even with half a day in the U.S. So this is really a preview for next week, and I'm going to be talking. I think we're going to start with talking about Tesla, because I want to thank. I forgot who was it that asked me to pull up a chart and ask my opinion on Tesla last week. I think it was Monday night. Somebody asked me, and I'll tell you why I'm going to be talking about Tesla in just a second. So peak definitely on fire. Yes, stocks only go up. This is 100% true. They only go up except when they go down, but otherwise they are always going up. 10 baggers. All right. We're in Miami this week here. First timer. All right, Pilabong. I don't know if this last name is that a real name? I don't. sounds like a certain word in Persian. Okay, PKK, absolutely. All right, so let's talk about Tesla. Why do I have Tesla on the screen? I'll tell you what's amazing about Tesla. I think it was Monday night. When did we do this? Monday or was it Monday night this week? I was asked my opinion on Tesla. I don't follow stocks like Tesla that much. And sure enough, I pulled this up. The chart looks amazing, and I'm telling you, this looks like it's. I said, look, this thing looks like it's going to 1,000. It's just what the chart is saying. So why is that? And actually, the stock is up. I think, when did we do this? We did this on. Let me see if you can see my cursor. I think this was right before this breakout. I think it was under 500 or something. Or was it Friday, Wednesday? Yeah, I think it was like right around the 500. So the stock is up almost $100 this week since that live stream. It's breaking out of this pennant. It's going up, and this is a 6-month chart. So let me show you a 2-year chart. Let me show you a 2-year chart. Now, I know you guys are not buying Tesla, or some of you are not buying Tesla, but there is a reason why I'm going to be talking about Tesla. So here we go. Here is this pennant breakout. This pennant, you see, pop. This happened. Here's right over here was a failed pennant. It dropped, from the 200 to under 100. That was back earlier this year. We saw another pennant happen in August, and it broke out of there from around 280 to 500, basically doubled. Where else are we seeing this? Where else do we see a very similar chart formation? Anybody have any guesses? Where do we see? Which chart reminds you of the Tesla chart? Peak is definitely one of them. So peak definitely looks very similar type of patterns. So here's why I got Tesla on the screen. Tesla really is a bellwether for what I would call the speculative stocks. Tesla is the ultimate bellwether for speculation. Hey, this is what this is about. Nobody's watching this channel, for advice on how to make 5%, T-bills or muni bonds or whatever it is. This is pure. Our channel is all about pure speculation. Finding stocks that have a 10x to 100x upside potential, with finding massive winners, getting it on the ground floor, riding that wave, getting out, parlaying that capital into the next deal, so you can go from that 10 bagger over and over again. And you do that twice. You take 10 grand, you can turn it into 100 grand with a 10 bagger, and do it the second time, and that 100 grand becomes 1 million. And of course, you can keep going. So again, Tesla is the bellwether, Tesla. And when Tesla breaks out, I believe, based on this chart, I know nothing about the fundamentals of the company. I couldn't care. I hate the cars. I think it's a stupid car. But this thing, it's going to $1,000. And why is that important? Because it all of the sentiment, the investor psychology is tied up in it, and things are just going to lift off right along with it. Now, when it gets to 1,000, okay, so here is the bad news. Here is the bad news. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to hang on. I think it's going to be kind of like, you ever see that cartoon with was it Wile E. Coyote? It goes off that cliff and it's like hanging over it. It drops. That might be it. That might be, because this thing is not worth $1,000. I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth 100, 200. I don't know actually. But for a stock like that to go to $1,000 from from $100 in February, that's a huge market cap. So I think Tesla will go to 1,000. After that, we might see a massive crash. So here's what I think is going to happen. We're in a great, we're in a unique moment in time right now, and this is really where the opportunities are going to be made in the next, I would say, 45 to 60 days, in these, super stocks, next 10 baggers. Let me pull up, hang on, let me get this. By the way, you guys should be definitely subscribing to our Telegram channel. I'll tell you why later, but you definitely want to be a subscriber to that, because that's what we have, a lot of real-time information, breaking news that you're not going to get anywhere else. We don't, before we put it out on Twitter or Discord or anywhere. So right now, the market, it reminds me very similar to the situation in the year 2000. So, everybody was, were partying like it was 1999, and they were. And right now, that is what's happening in the market. It's amazing. We have this coronavirus situation. You got a lot of people suffering. You have, a lot of businesses are shut. And sure enough, market is going crazy. It's really a tale of two cities. It's kind of sad in a way. But so look, the market right now really resembles the year 2000, right when things are just blowing. It's going to be this blow off top. And here's a couple things that are very similar. History may not repeat, but it does rhyme. If you remember, in 2000 or 2001, we had that Bush-Gore election. There was that issue of the election. The results were disputed. This was a whole. I think this went into December of. I think I think the election was in the year 2000. Yeah, 2000. And obviously George Bush won, but a lot of the Democrats were very angry, and they thought he was not a legitimate president. So there was a lot of people upset, and there was, when he got into office, it was a little bit anticlimactic, and sure enough, that was already, the market was already kind of headed down. So I think what's going to happen is right now, we don't actually. I have no idea who's going to be, in office in January. I actually do believe that there was a lot of election fraud, and because there's no way that a guy who is packing arenas like Trump was packing arenas with 50,000 people, and Biden has like 5 guys showing up. How can a guy it doesn't make sense that. that Biden would win by 10 million votes. It's something does not add up. But anyway, either way, I think that January, whoever is going to be in office, it'll be kind of anticlimactic in a way, because again, you'll have a lot of people who are going to be upset either way. whether it's a Biden or whether it's Trump, and people will say that Biden is not legitimate. People will say that Trump is not legitimate. It's not gonna be good just for the sentiment, investor psychology. The other thing is this, historically, first year, the first year presidential terms, that cycle, the first year of a presidential cycle is usually a down year. This is historic. And that did not happen with the case of Trump's first year. The first year market was up crazy. So, it's gotta, things have to go back into kind of the natural rhythm. So I think next year we could see a drop starting in maybe January. So bottom line is you gotta make money now and be very nimble. Cash in. Get ready to cash in January, maybe late January, but there's gonna be some tremendous opportunities also. So because again, there's always a bull market somewhere, and that's what this is all about. I think that our stocks are in great positions, and that we're going to be really riding those waves, which are not related to that general theme. So even with Tesla kind of crashes, it's going to hurt a lot of stocks, but I think these, a lot of these will have a little bit less exposure. But that's kind of what it is. Oh, somebody was asking about NIO, right? Somebody was asking about NIO. NIO, yes, I'm going to pull up NIO because I was talking about NIO as a short. The NIO chart is a short, and I mentioned this, I think, was it Wednesday night? I said it would make sense to do a pair trade, long Tesla and short NIO in some sort of combination. I guess maybe 10-1 because it's almost, NIO is what, $50, Tesla's 500. So let's see here. Hey, let me pull up the NIO chart. Let me pull up the NIO chart. Okay. Yeah. So this NIO. Hang on a second. Let me get this. Let me make the chart larger. Okay. So the NIO chart. I mean, this thing really is kind of losing steam. Look at this. Look at the acceleration. It's kind of stalling. I mean, you can see it's like a plane that's stalling out. It doesn't have enough airspeed. There's no airspeed, and that's what happens. The plane stalls. Yeah, this thing is kind of. It might pop, but I really think there is that $60 is looks like it's the ceiling. So if you like the electric thing, and again, this is not advice. We're not giving buy-sell recommendations here. I'm just throwing an idea out. If you like electric cars, you might want to go with Tesla as the, that's the market leader, and you short NIO as the hedge. That's kind of your classic hedge fund. That's your classic, hedge fund pair trade. Okay. Good evening from California. All right. Let's see. Fans. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about fans. These. So let's talk about important things. These stocks. We're not really. This is not about Tesla and NIO. These stocks are not important. Let's look at fans. Wow. So yeah. Now the stock did close a little bit lower on Friday. Wow, amazing. What do we have? We had a opened at 80 cents, gapped up, hit a high of 88 cents. But let's look at this weekly. Let's look at this kind of 1 year chart. I'm telling you, this, what did I say the other day? I mean, this stock just wants to go up. Fans wants to go up. I mean, the moves like these. It's had these crazy 1 day, trading ranges, which normally are not good. Here, it's sort of. Let's look at this. Let's look at the 10-day chart. But yeah, this thing really just wants to go up. It's almost. I feel like maybe the stock is being shorted, and there's just too much demand. Maybe there's short covering. There's definitely something happening here because this thing really wants to go up. It's like a racehorse. It's chomping at the bit. Yeah, this thing is positioned. I mean, This chart looks fantastic. I mean, it looks like it is positioned for a continuation next week. I think we'll see I think we'll see new highs this week. I can't do a line chart, but if I did a trend line, we would have a resistance. The next resistance level is around 95 cents. 95 cents is the resistance. And if we did a support, it's probably around right around here, I think. I think right around 72, 75 cents is the support level. 95 cents is a resistance. Once the stock breaks out of 95 cents, I think we could see a huge run. I mean, it could be really out of control. I hope it doesn't do that. I mean, I hope it just does a nice normal move. I don't like when stocks just go completely insane. Like what happened the other day here. Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about peak in just a second. Nathan. So Nathan, you're gonna try to turn 10 grand into 100 on the next 10 bagger. Okay, so we're gonna have the two new super stocks. That will be debuting. One on Tuesday and one on Wednesday. And if you want to find out, you need to subscribe to our Telegram channel, because we're going to be revealing those on the Telegram channel. So go to telegram.com, get the Telegram app, and subscribe and look for the Wall Street Reporter channel, because that's where we're going to reveal it first. Okay. So, yeah, Fans looks fantastic. I mean, it really just, again, I'm repeating what I said last week. This chart, it looks amazing. So let's look at some other fan favorites here. PKK. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. So you guys remember when I was talking about that chart of Tesla, that triangle, that pennant breakout? This is what happened. If you were watching the live stream, I was talking about this, the last, what is it? We're almost 2 weeks now, but in this $1.30 range. I thought it would happen a little bit earlier, but here, sure enough, it broke. Did that breakout to $1.50? A little pullback, and then here we go. So it had a couple of days which were kind of like churning, but it broke out. We have a gap up. I don't like gaps. I'm not crazy about gaps, but it is what it is. So the stock really has some pretty good momentum. Friday was a quiet day, so the U.S. trading, we're missing half the U.S. trading basically. Let's see. Yeah, so the U.S. actually had a pretty good day. Yeah, stock is trading. So I think we're going to see new highs on peak this week, and I think this thing could really go crazy. It might go to $3, $2.53 this week. Long term, it could be a lot higher. But let's look at the 10-day chart. Yeah, so again, you see it's a nice uptrend here. It looks like on Monday it's gonna continue the uptrend. There's a lot of people who missed out Friday. Thursday and Friday, like the U.S. was not active. So, Monday they're going to come in and they're going to be looking at this stock. I mean, this is really moving. It's a Wall Street Reporter on Telegram, Wall Street Reporter channel on Telegram. Smash that like button. Neurosa, I like the way you think. Smash the like button. We need help with the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm. If you press the like button, it makes the video get more views or something. It's good for the subscription. Also, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very professional. I don't know if it's professional, but it is transparent. Empower. Okay, we're going to have Empower back. CBDT will be back this week. CBDT will be back. Everything is is on track. There was a couple things, I don't know, we had some things were kind of went a little sideways. Everything is back. And again, CBDT, I think, again, this stock has all those qualities of a 10 bagger thing. So I think we're going to have them back this week. I think we're going to have Steve Friday maybe, or Thursday, depending on how. I think they're going to have some news. They may have some news. I mean, generally speaking, when stocks get onto our next super stock program, it means they have a pipeline of news. And I think they are working on some news, because the guy has been busy. I'll put it this way: he's been very busy, which is so I'm assuming there's going to be something happening here. Okay. NIO Catalyst, number of cars lower dollar. That's at 11. I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea about. I don't know anything about the fundamentals, to be honest with you. I think the NIO car is actually a very cool looking car. I saw the pictures of it. Hit that like button if you're making money. Is anybody on this channel making money this week? I mean, with some of these stocks, I mean, you got to be making some money. These stocks are already up 5x. Peak is up 500% since we introduced it, right? At 40 cents to $2, that's 5x or more. Then we have Fans is up from 25 cents to $1, so it's 4x. Then we have, of course, we've had all the 10 baggers. We had Imagine AR up 1,700%, Cytodyne 2,000%, Nextech 1,300%. Am I missing anybody? I think we got a bunch of other couple hundred percent things. But again, we're looking for some 10 baggers. I really would love to close out 2020 with at least 5 10 baggers. If we can get peak, in other words, if peak would hit $4 and Doc would hit $5, I'd be very happy. So $100. Whoa, Camille, I don't know about $100. Listen, the chart on CBDT looks good. So I mean, it's been down the last couple of days, but whoa, hold on a second. John M, you got out of Fans? Oh my God! You don't sell these stocks too early. I say you got to parlay, but sometimes you got to let these things. Play out. If something is moving, it's probably going to wait till it's at least a 10x, or maybe pair half your position. But when something is moving, you don't want to sell too early, because every time you sell a stock, you're taking a risk that the next one is going to be you're kind of changing horses in midstream. You got to be careful with that. So you got to don't. All these stocks, by the way, they're all prime. None of them are. I mean, they're. I would say Fans, not Fans. Cloud is. It could be a $5-7 stock here, so or more. I mean, it's right now that one is kind of digesting. Same. Peak is blowing up. Fans is blowing up. So, hang on a second. Yeah, Fitzy, you're making money. All right. Peak 100 bagger. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can catch up with some of the 3 to 5. Wait. 3 to 5 years. I don't know about that. Yeah, could be. You never know these. I said nothing is. We're not going to be involved by that. I mean, they're not going to need the Wall Street Reporter by that. So we're looking, 6 months here. We just want to at least see the stock $4, $5. I think once the stock's $4, $5, they're not gonna need us anymore. So, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're not here to, I'm not interested in staying with the stock for 20 years. 10 bagger is enough, and then so fans, great news. I mean, listen, what is it, the Canadian Gaming Association, sports betting legalization in Canada, the fundamentals are are getting very, very exciting. So and I think you're going to see some interesting things with fans. I mean, fans. Here's the thing you got to realize with peak or fans. Let me pull up the fans chart. I don't want to bore you guys here. Let me pull up. Actually, let me do a. Let me see. Let's see what this looks like. Wow, look at this peak 3-month chart. I think it's a beautiful chart. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. I'll tell you that. I mean, this thing looks like this looks like a $5 stock right here. This chart looks like a $5 stock. You know, just the way I told you that Tesla looks like $1,000 on that chart. This is the same thing. Same charts, same chart, different stock. Okay, so fans peak. Here's what you guys got to realize. These stocks are still like virgin stocks, and nobody knows about these stocks yet. They're not like, you know, they haven't been around for 10 years. You know, these stocks they're still undiscovered. The U.S. doesn't know about them. Even CloudMD is still, you know, really undiscovered. But even though it's trading millions of shares, it's probably really just scratched the surface. They're still not mainstream, and that's the opportunity. We want to get in on the ground floor before they go mainstream. And once they're mainstream, once they're up 10, 20x, we sell the stock in the mainstream. Okay, well, that's peak 500. How about award? Let me see what we got here. Yeah, we're going to talk about Vsblty in a second. Yeah, fans. Okay. Peak. If they do 500 million at 10x, they do 500 million revenues. Okay, yeah, could. What is it? It would be a lot. The stock would be high. The stock would do very well. The stock would do very well. Let's look at a year out. Let's not get, you know, again. Let's keep looking just short term. You know, there's a lot. I mean, because we could go crazy. We could say any of these things could be, you know, $1 billion, whatever it is. Let's, you know, we gotta just look at day by day here, or I should say week by week. Okay, so we looked at peak, we looked at fans. Let's look at the DOC chart. The DOC is not, you know, I said DOC has been a little bit under pressure here. It's been selling off. It's getting a lot of people shaken out. You can see the stock has been declining. I think I said $2 really is the major support, 2.25. It's sort of still in that support range. And here's what's interesting. The stock has been coming down, but it's kind of like you see this kind of gap down. It gapped, but then it came back, and it's been looking to close the gap. This stock does not want to go down. It really does not want to go down. I'm not saying it wants to go up yet. Right now, it's kind of it's in a neutral. Right now, it's kind of in neutral mode. It needs to kind of regain its footing. Again, I'm bullish on this. I think the chart long term looks fantastic. Let me look at the DOC US, because the Canadian thing is screwed up. I'm going to pull up the US chart, and you guys can figure out the math Canadian wise. Okay, so yeah, long term the thing is good. I think, actually, you know what? I'll tell you what, I'm looking at this right now. It's even looking better. We have right now this kind of triangle forming right now. It's actually quite beautiful. You see this from that. I wish I could. I got to get a tool that draws. You know, I had this tool. You know, you see those squiggles I do on that thumbnail, which looks like a serial killer. You know, the $1,000. I'm using this thing, this tool to draw using the mouse, but it doesn't let me draw on the live. I don't know why. So I can't draw this for you. But I mean, DOC right now, actually, I did not see this. I wasn't looking at this chart before. We got this triangle forming. I think it's going to break out now. I mean, it's like coiling. This thing is actually coiling. I think if we see a close over $2, let's say $2.25, It is going to be game on. The stock is going to be back in bull mode. I think we could see that breakout. I mean, they've been very quiet. Have you guys noticed the doc has, they haven't had news, in a while. I mean, they closed a bunch of deals. They closed the financing. They haven't, they have not had active news, which to me, I think to me, that's an indication that they're probably cooking up something big because it's been a little too quiet, right? I mean, and then that's not a quiet company. So again, I don't have any insight. They don't tell me anything. They do not give me any information. I'm the last person to know. So this is just my my insight. Big enterprise, John, you got some insight? Big enterprise. I think that would be. I think that would be a catalyst if they announce some of those enterprise deals. If they announce anything that's of substance, you could see an explosion because that's going to give the story the next leg up. It's going to give it the new. You know what? Let me do this. Let me pull up Teladoc because I think a lot of people have kind of been getting those two stocks kind of. They've been. It's kind of it was sort of the same theme that telemedicine. However, cloud goes way beyond telemedicine. Okay, so look at this chart. Teladoc was under pressure in November. Actually, they've been kind of in neutral. They got knocked into neutral in August. They were on a solid uptrend. They got knocked into neutral from when they did that. There was the Livongo deal, I guess. And let's look at this 3-year chart. Okay, so I think Teladoc is going back up. I think right now it's getting ready to go up. I think this thing could start moving towards $500 here. I mean, that's what the chart tells me. I think it's going to break out of this. I don't know, what do you call it? Trapezoid, pennant, whatever thing happening here. It's not. This doesn't look like it's going down. I think this is going to be going up. The market's still. I mean, I think we're heading towards a blow-off top in a lot of these stocks. I might be wrong. I said late January, February. It might be longer. The markets go. These markets always surprise people. They go longer than you expect a lot of times. So I think Doc is going to be back in action very shortly. How shortly? Really shortly. I think this week. Look at this 10-day chart. Here's the short-term chart. Look at this. This is, it had this drop and it's up. It goes up a little higher, a little more. It's like the stock really wants to move. It actually does want to go up. It wants to go up. So watch for a close above 2.25. To me, that would mean that's an indication that. Oh, sorry, I wanted to have the big chart there. So to me, that would be an indication that this thing is going to go up. It went down. When was it down? Tesla was up. Maybe when you bought it. Maybe you're bad luck for Tesla. CRVC. Hey, I love that icon, the rocket. Yeah, the rocket. We haven't used the rocket on Twitter in a while. Launching. So CRVC, we're going to have them back on this week. These guys have some massive stuff working. Big gold property project. So let's see what happens. I mean, they're in the right area. There's been massive gold finds there. I'm not a geologist, but from what people who know what the geology is, what they're telling me is, I asked people who are smarter than me, and they're telling me that this thing is in the right place at the right time. Double secret probation. All right, this guy, what is this guy? Admiral? Are you an admiral? All right, there's a lot of medals there. Third quarter earnings Monday. I don't think Doc is an earnings stock yet. I mean, I don't think anybody cares about their. I mean, it's maybe in 6 months. Again, we talked about this before. Who knows? ICANN. All right, Yazan is the earnings guy. I think ICANN is more of an earnings story, though. People are looking because the cannabis people want to see, earnings. They want to see profitability in cannabis right now. They got burned the last couple of years. Now they want profitability. And ICANN is going to be on Tuesday. They're going to be presenting on Tuesday, as will our next potential 10-bagger, which you got to be on our Telegram channel though to get the alert Monday morning. We're going to be putting out an alert Monday morning before the market opens on Telegram only on Telegram. So go to telegram.com, whatever the app is, however you get it, and get the Wall Street Report channel. And we're going to be revealing those two stocks. Wow, we got a lot of people in on a Saturday night. What is it? It's 8 o'clock here Eastern time. I guess people. There's not a lot to do. I mean, right now there's not a lot of places to go. Unfortunately, so maybe everybody's stuck at home. Yeah. Doc. Yeah, accumulation. You think it's? I don't know. I don't know what to call, but something is happening. I think Cloud wants to. I mean, not. Cloud. I get this. I think this thing wants to go up. It's been frustrating the hell out of people for the last month because everybody who watches our live streams, you guys all have attention spans of like a gnat, like a fly. You want a stock to be up 10x, in a week. If it's not up, every day by 30%, you get bored. That's not the way the real world works. So the real winners. Hey, there you go, John. It has to build up. Yeah, listen, great things. It's the big move is a function of sometimes the gestation period. Hey, a human being, it takes 9 months to create a human being, right? An elephant also. I think an elephant takes 10 months, right? The pregnancy, gestation, whatever. So $10 could be. I mean, if this thing breaks out here at 2.25, depending on the sentiment, what happens, you need a couple things to line up. If a couple things line up here, there's no reason why Doc can't be $10 Canadian. I mean, look where Entar was $10 in July. And I think Doc has a lot stronger fundamentals. So it's a question of market perception, market sentiment. So we've had it happen before. So I expect it to happen again. Cytodyne went to $10 also, $10.01 from 50 cents. So very, very similar. But I think Cloud has some legs. It's not a one of those skyrocket. Cloud is not like a bottle rocket, which a 10-cent bottle rocket firework. It shoots out. Goes up 100 feet. No, this is more of like an Atlas rocket. It's on the launch pad. It rumbles. Then it rises slowly. With a roar, and then 5 minutes later, it's out of gravity and it's heading towards the moon, right, or Mars. PKK. Aggressive patience. Yeah, you need aggressive patience right now for Cloud. I believe it will pay off because, hey, Mr. B, the Rocket Man. Yeah, listen, these guys have a ton of cash on the books, right? And they've been quiet. They're not being quiet because they stopped growing. I can put this that way. I don't think so. I don't think that's why I think they're probably working on stuff. CRVC on the CSC, that's Cross River Ventures. That's our gold deal. It's on our YouTube channel, Cross River. It's on our website, wallstreetreporter.com. All the videos are on wallstreetreporter.com. Also, make sure you join you get our newsletter. Go to the site, go to wallstreetreporter.com, get on our email list so you don't miss out any of these big movers. You want to get in on the ground floor. We're going to have two potential 10x, 100x winners debuting this week. By the way, guys, so this week, and if maybe you're new to the channel or whatever it is, and you haven't gotten in on the ground floor of some of these 10-baggers, these stocks that are already up 500%, now you could still buy them, And I think actually right here, in a way, depending on your kind of risk, your how you feel about things, when a stock is actually already up, once it has momentum, in a way, it's actually a better bet. I know a lot of people like to wait. Most smart investors actually wait for stocks to break out and the trend is confirmed. That's when they buy. That's, I'm a bottom fisher, bottom feeder. So I like to get in the ground floor. That's, and that's maybe not, actually, that's not really, may not be the correct way, but to me it works. And I kind of believe in it. So definitely, okay, so we're going to have two stocks debuting this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Join our Telegram because we're going to announce them on Telegram before anywhere else on Monday morning. And if you see this, you'll have an opportunity to do your research, right? You'll have an opportunity. Hey, Yazan, yeah, absolutely. I think Cloud, Peak, these stocks, Fans, they're no different than Entar, Nextech, no different at all. Exactly the same. I mean, really, 100% the same. I mean, it's the same situation, and I believe that they are, they could easily pop just like Nextech, just like Imagine AR, Cytodon, everything. What's the site where you announce your picks? It's on wallstreetreporter.com, but it will be on the Telegram app, Wall Street Reporter channel. Dynacert. Basically, I think the stock. Listen, Eric Sprott is invested in this deal, right? I mean, he's a smart guy, a lot smarter than I am. So here's the thing. I think Dynacert definitely has 10-bagger potential. They've been kind of, I don't know. I guess I don't want to say it kind of not fizzled, but they were supposed to be putting out a lot of news, a lot of deals, and that's kind of one of the reasons they signed up with us. They were expecting that to happen in September, October, November. That didn't happen, so we really weren't able to do anything with these guys. Although I think that if the CEO would have been on our live stream on a more regular basis, it could have gotten more people to see the story. So we'll see what happens with them. I don't know. I mean, I think they have something very interesting. I would not have put them on a program if I did not believe that they had that 10-bagger potential. So as far as I know, nothing has changed with those guys. It's just they're not. I guess they're not quite ready for our platform right now. Maybe they'll come back. Who knows? I'm drinking water right now, although I do have a glass of rum here. I had some. I think it's Venezuelan rum. Good rum here I got in Miami. I get the free water at the hotel. 2 bottles of free water every day. Great deals in Miami in hotel rooms right now, by the way. Let's see what we got. I talked about NIO. I think NIO is a short. I like your car. Yeah, that's a great. Tesla. Tesla is going 1,000. Check out the earlier in the video if you missed it. Again, I'm not recommending these stocks. This is just chart, my opinion based on charts. Tesla is not a client, by the way. It really should be, but they're not yet. So let me put this disclaimer up on the screen so that you guys. By the way, any stock we talk about, including Tesla, NIO, they could all go to zero. So you need to be. I think he's going to be back on maybe the following week. I think it's going to be next week, not this week, the following week. So, Vsblty. Let's put Vsblty on the screen. This has been a surprise mover. This is like this thing was kind of left for dead. VSBY. wow, this thing is moving up. Check out this move. I mean, this is the day I think this was Sunday night, Monday night. It popped. We did the live stream. It popped the next day. We had the CEO on. He had some great stuff to talk about. I mean, really exciting stuff about the kind of the way they would scale that business. And I think this thing could go higher. I think it's going to be above 35 cents very shortly. The stock is looking good. You want to see this short term? Let's look at the 10-day chart so you can see what we could expect for Monday. It's just a nice uptrend. A lot of volume here. A lot of volume. It was a little bit quiet Thursday and Friday, as you would expect, kind of. So I think this thing is going up. So we talked about fans. Let's talk about Logiq. I know this for a lot of you guys. This is a very expensive stock. Oh my God, it's $8. $8. So instead of buying 1,000 shares, you buy 100. I don't know whatever the ratio is. It's the same thing. You have zero commissions now anyway, so it doesn't matter what the price of the stock is. You can buy 50 shares. However you want to do it. I think we've got a head and shoulders bottom here. I think, again, I've been calling for a breakout for a while, but I think we're in a great situation. We're in a great setup here. This could be the breakout for Monday this week. Zacks did an analyst report with a $20 valuation. I guess they don't call it a price target; they call it a valuation. Yeah, they're kind of conservative. I think they're based on their peer group comps. It's a $40, $50 stock. So, again, we got this triangle stuff happening here. If it, let's say breaks this week above $9, then it's going to be going towards $20. So, and again, this thing has got a lot of legs. I'm expecting them to get a listing in Canada. Excuse me, I should say, not I am expecting. The company announced that they will be going. So they're going to be maybe in the NIO exchange. What else? Oh, CBDT. You got CBDT. We're back on track. So we got a little bit of a pullback here, right? Long term, the chart has legs. Let's look at the short term for those of you who have an attention span of a week or less. I can't tell with this chart because it's just such a, it's weird with these pennies. It's hard to really see. Let's see here. Okay, so maybe this is a bit more helpful. Okay, so we got the 3. It's hard to read this chart because it's visually you can't really. It's hard to read it. I don't know how to articulate it, but you can see that because it's a penny stock, it's hard. It's hard to kind of get that thing. So looks like it's kind of stepping up here. So it's resting on support. It closed basically had a bit of a sell-off. Friday it closed kind of in neutral. So we could see some buying action, and once the stock goes above 8 cents, it'll be back in bull mode. I think, look, this thing has really started to move. So I think with a little bit of a push, this could be, 25 cents, 50 cents, pretty quickly. And I'm expecting the company to have some news, because I know they've been busy. That's one of the issues that the guy's been very busy with. Well, they got financials. I think they're working on some deals. So again, this is a stock that's moved before, and it started to move. So I'm expecting some action here. So let's find out this week, right? Hang on a second. Let me pull up this. What do I think of Kraken Robotics, Trevor? 10 baggers only. Next super stocks. I don't know about Kraken Robotics. 10%. A lot of great. 10%. Yeah. We're not for this is not for normal people. These stocks are for crazy people. Who this is for crazy people who want to take 10 grand and turn into $1 million in 2 years. That's what this is for. I mean, if you're like this is not. Don't be gambling like your retirement savings with these stocks or whatever. Like these things can go to zero. So highly speculative. Again, we're not making buy-sell recommendations. Oh, by the way, guys, we're in Discord. If you're not in Discord, we got like 500 people there now, I think. A lot of good conversation here. IDK, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of their CEO. And why buy IDK when why take that risk when you can just buy the main holdings, which is the peak or whatever. Why take get the pure play. Contain very smart man. Hope she's rich. Let's see. ICANN. Yeah, ICANN is Monday, from what I heard, right? Let's see here. Tesla. Oh. Yeah, this is they're going to be in the index now, right? The S&P 500. So there's going to be, it's going to be, you're going to have this, like Roland was saying, there's going to be a lot of buying pressure on this thing. So 700. I think it's going to be $1,000. When Tesla hits $1,000, I think it's going to again push up a lot of our kind of speculative stocks. Because people are going to be looking for the next, they're going to be looking for that next kind of winner. It's just going to be in the air. It's going to be in the zeitgeist. We're going to see irrational exuberance. Get ready for irrational exuberance. I'm getting ready for irrational exuberance over the next 4 to 6, 8 weeks. Between now and the end of January, I think we could see some monster moves in our next super stocks and Tesla. It's in the air. It's in the air. I could feel it. And then after that, listen, a lot of stocks may go off the cliff. So make sure once you make 10x, take some money off the table. That's all I could tell you, because you will. There's going to be some great opportunities by March. I don't know about the fundamentals. I have no idea. But I think again, we talked about it earlier. Tesla is the one. If you like electric, the Tesla chart again, it's in the video. If you check out the replay later, Tesla is the one to own if you like electric. That stock looks like it's going to 1,000. NIO looks like it is stalled out. So you want to be long Tesla and short NIO in a ratio, maybe short 10 shares for 1 share, however you want to do it. Let's see. Yep. Confirmation of Doc earnings. Are you asking, does anybody have inside information as to what the Doc earnings are going to be? I don't. Steve, I'm not that intellectual. I'm not an earnings guy. I'm purely an investor psychology, big picture guy. And I don't think the earnings matter fans. I'm sorry. I'll tell you a Doc. I think. I don't think the earnings are that important. I know that their revenues are growing. I think right now, all the stocks that we're talking about, for right now, they're all really, their revenue scale stories. They're not earnings stories yet. You need, once a company is more mature, then people focus on earnings. So I know maybe it's a Canadian thing. I know apparently in Canada, it's it's more earnings revenue. In the US, it's more scale. How big is the footprint? That's what's driving the market. Let's see. You don't think $100 for peak would be crazy in a few years of current growth in deals? Hey, I'm only looking towards a few months. I don't look. I never talk about stocks more than 18 months out. 18 months is really the maximum. I mean, beyond 18 months, I mean, who knows? I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, especially in this thing. Or any big buyers, I don't know. I have no idea. I think those guys are going to really scale up the business. Maybe at some, and then maybe somebody buys it, maybe at Amazon or somebody. I don't know. This is, by the way, that's my personal opinion. That's nothing from the company or anybody. It's just I think that is something that could happen. But again, it's not official company or anything. I have no idea, and that the only thing I know about the company is what they talk about, is what Dr. Hamza talks about in the live stream. That's the only insight I get from those guys. So, Zoom. You want to ask about Zoom? Okay, I'm going to pull up the Zoom chart. Since we're doing Tesla and we're going to do Zoom because this was a high flyer. I haven't talked about Zoom in a while. Zoom looked kind of busted before. You know what? It looks like it's going up. It looks like it kind of it had that nasty gap. It's kind of looking to fill the gap. It's been going up. It looks like it's in an uptrend. It's just not a. I wouldn't call this. I'm not. I don't trust this chart, to be honest with you. I just don't trust it. I think because of that gap down, it's filling the gap. Maybe it could go higher. Let's see what happens. It's something about this chart. I'm not able to articulate it properly, but I just don't trust it. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, if you're looking for a crazy momentum stock, I think Tesla. That chart is an easy chart. I mean, that's a easy thing to understand. I get that chart. That's just maybe somebody else knows something more than I do. I don't know. Fans. Let's look at fans. I'm excited. This week we're gonna have an exciting week in fans, I believe. Look at this chart for 3 months. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just, look at this long base and now it's just starting to move. So if you look at kind of the proportions of the chart, just the kind of the proportions, I don't know if you're into the Fibonacci stuff or whatever, to me, like eyeballing this is a $2-3 stock easy from here. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go back to the big picture. It's an easy $2-3 stock from here. And, I think this will be, this is going to be very, very soon. This is going to be a massive winner. At least $3. I think. Here's a question. Okay, guys, what do you think? Who do you think will be the 10 bagger first? Well, based from when they started, fans from 23 cents they started, so they got to be 230 to be a 10 bagger. Cloud has to be $4.55, $4.50 to be a 10 bagger, and peak has to be like $4 to be a 10 bagger. So which of those will be a 10 bagger first? Which is going to be our next 10 bagger? What do you guys think? You tell me. Okay, so by the way, speaking of 10 baggers, we're going to be revealing to you our next 2 presenters, Tuesdays and Wednesdays live stream presenters, Monday morning before the market open on our Telegram channel. So join Telegram app, telegram.com, whatever it is, Wall Street Reporter channel, become a member of the Wall Street Reporter channel. You will get instant notification of that and all our other stuff. It's a great tool. I actually, it's we're able to put out stuff on it throughout the day as things happen. And if you're like an active trader, you like to trade these stocks, you should be on the Telegram channel for sure. Peak will be first 100 back. A lot of people like peak here. I think peak is going to be. I don't know. I think maybe Thursday. I'm waiting to hear back. I'm waiting to hear back from him. I'm waiting to hear back. But we're going to have two other exciting stocks. And by the way, so here is a hint. Here is a hint. Here is a hint. Yeah. Wait, hang on a second. Yeah, I can. I can. Let me pull up the ICANN chart. I'm sorry. Here we go. ICANN. How can we leave ICANN out? This is a great looking chart. Last time I saw this, by the way. Nice. Yeah, again, this is like, I almost call this like a boring uptrend. Yasna, I'm sorry to insult your chart here. It's just a nice kind of uptrend. This is a stock that, it is, could actually, let me look at the multi-year chart. This thing just looks like it's going to be a buck, then more. But here is the crazy thing. I was looking at this the other day. 3-year chart. Okay, here's what I like. Look at this 3-year chart. Kind of gives you, this looks beautiful. Look at this over here. Look at the way it looks right now. This is the weekly. For some reason, it doesn't show up in the data, but this weekly chart looks like it could explode. And the previous high in the stock was $2. I believe this is like my philosophy is a stock can always has a tendency to go back to where it was before. So if it did it before, it'll do it again. So if the stock was $2 before, it's going to be $2 again. It's just one of those crazy philosophies. So we got kind of a reverse head and shoulders formation here happening that it broke out of. Again, this stock is it's kind of like a very steady, it's not a wild and crazy chart. It does things in a nice, it's got its own personality. It's just like, it just has its own personality. I think, this is going to be a $2 stock. It could be, okay, let's see how long it took the stock to go from 1, 2, 3. It could be, let's call it 3 to 4 months. It could be $2, maybe more. The chart looks really good. So it looks just a nice, this is like more of a stock almost for conservative people, for people who just want to kind of take it easy and nice, like kind of uptrends. But they're going to have some exciting things happening. They're in the right space, cannabis. They got the machine that rolls the joints, and all of a sudden everybody's back into cannabis. I'm always wrong about these things, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But I think the market is going to peak. I think we're going to have some sort of blow off here in the next 2 months. But I might be completely dead wrong. I've been dead wrong about those things before. So okay. So the two stocks that we're going to be revealing. Okay, so here is the hint. They're both in very exciting themes, which we're kind of already involved in, that are already working. So both of these companies are in very exciting themes. So they're in the right place at the right time. And they're cheap, in terms of the stock. They're in that kind of, 25 cent, 50 cent range. So they're in that, sweet spot. Now, here's the thing, guys, very, very careful. I can't overemphasize. We're going to kind of put out the names on Monday. You got to be very, very careful if you intend to buy these stocks. Again, we're not making buy sell recommendations, but if you do intend to buy the stocks, let me put this disclaimer up. They're very thinly traded. Do not put in market orders. You're going to get killed if you put in a market order. Just, I'm not here to give advice on what kind of orders, how to place your orders, but just be careful when trading these stocks, because the last thing I want to see happen is like a crazy spike. We're not in the pump and dump business here, so I don't want to see any crazy spikes. I like things which get natural, organic price discovery, natural kind of organic that builds up a following, and the price goes where the market tells it to go, right? So just be careful with the exactly. Do your due diligence. You're gonna do the $1 million channel. Okay, Francesco. So we got 2 new stocks. If you're not in any of our stocks yet, by the way, it's not too late. Some with these momentum stocks like fans blowing up, Peak is blowing up. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know if they're going to be 10x from here. They could be 2x, 3x, double or triple. But here's the thing: they could do it very quickly at this point because they already have momentum. So, do you want to be stuck in a stock for a couple of months as it builds a base, and then it goes up, or do you want something that's already moving and you want to jump on that bandwagon that's already moving, that's got momentum? 2 different schools of thought. There's different investment philosophies. So we're going to be revealing 2 new stocks, which again, I think they're grand full opportunities. So they have that 10x. But again, and if you guys are in the current shares, all our stocks right now, I think they all are still early mid-range. So I would not sell anything to get into these. If you want to, they're not parlay ready. They're not fully mature yet. None of our stocks right now have reached that point. The 10-bag squad. I'll put it this way: if you have any Next Tech, again, I'm not trying to badmouth Next Tech, but the Next Tech chart looked kind of shot. So that one has been going down. If you've already made money in Next Tech, you could parlay out of that because I think that one is not. That one is not the balloon, the hot air. Is gone out of that balloon. That balloon is floating down. So if you're looking for momentum, if you're a momentum player, you want to get into these stocks right now. Bitcoin, Mr. B. Who's Mr. B? Bitcoin. Yeah, I think Bitcoin is a scam. But I think it's a good trading thing. I mean, you could probably trade Bitcoin because it's just pure. I mean, Bitcoin is basically just pure market. There's nothing there. Let's see. So, any other hints of our 2 potential 10-baggers? You're gonna have to. Derek, you got to join the Telegram. Get on the Telegram Monday morning before the market. We're going to reveal, I think around 9 o'clock, we're going to reveal. One of the companies, I think they may put out a press release about going on a live stream. So, but none of you guys probably follow it anyway. So, that the company that's going to do the press release. I mean, I think they're going to do I don't know. Let's see here. All our stocks are children. Yeah, okay. I kind of see Pete might be the first young adult to lead the pack. Yeah, that's a good metaphor, analogy. Yeah, yeah, it could be. I'll be candid. I think the one that's kind of the most ready for prime time, that already has institutional sponsorship, that has a ton of cash. Doc has already that stuff going on. And then I would say Logic, maybe in second place because they have 40 million plus revenues. They have some institutional support. They got some stuff over there. Due diligence. Yeah. Okay. Not what I'm hoping. Okay, so you're not. I'm not sure if I understand. I'm trying to read these. Okay, you're not excited by Doc. Okay. I mean, it's. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, basically Next Tech is. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are they're out of battery juice, but there's a lot of people that are drinking the Gapple juice, the Gappleberg Kool-Aid on the Yahoo forums or these other forums. I mean, there's just like people are just buying into there's a lot of things you got to look with these stocks, but the sentiment is out. That might turn around. I mean, look, if that stock goes to let's call it $2 or so. $1.50, $2. it might be ready to move again. I mean, they got to catch up to a lot of things, I think, and they got to do a lot of, they got to take care of a lot of stuff. And then let's see here. Okay. I'm not sure if I understand. Okay, I didn't understand your quote. So you're in doc. You are excited by that. Okay, you get 12 grand in doc. You're gonna send me a check for 1%. This is I want this in writing. I want this notarized. I want this notarized. Actually, you know what you should do is you should. I think I just set up this thing on the YouTube where you can make, what is it called, a super chat or something. I don't know if it's on or not. So you can make a donation right through the super chat on YouTube. Is it set up? I think you can, whatever. I don't know what the point of it is. I'm just curious to see if anybody, sends $1 or whatever. Let's see here. Oh, you like the you don't think you'll ever forget the sardine futures analogy? It's a classic analogy of trading analogy. It's one of those classics. If anybody's interested, take a look at the video from a couple days. I don't know, whatever it was, where we had it. So I don't want to repeat the joke today. Low key. I don't know what this means. Okay, so drone. I mean, I like the industry. I mean, I think drones is the future, kind of like. I mean, it's a big thing, but I don't see like any real. How do I say it's? I don't see it as a theme right now. I don't see it as a theme. It's not a. I mean, it's kind of not a. I think it might have been sort of a theme a while back, but right now it's not a theme. Themes right now are telemedicine, esports. So, telemedicine, esports, healthcare. What else? Yeah, stuff like that. That's the stuff. Gold. I like gold. I think we're going to see some real tremendous action in gold. So, with that said, let me wrap up here. We've been on an hour here. I gotta get out of here. So join our Discord channel. We got a lot of conversation at wallstreetreporter.com. If you're for latest news, videos, live streams, all our sign up for the email blast, and of course you got to be on Telegram to get the Monday. The selling supplement. Yeah, it's like, what's the focus of the company? Look, what the hell is going on? They got to get the act together. It's a little too, that's why I'm not involved. One of the reasons I'm not involved with Nextech is like, you gotta have a focused story here. You're up 200%, 211% with fans. Congratulations. I think there's a lot more to go. How to get started. Take a look at some of our videos where we talk about the. Take a look at our videos where we talk about the fast lane strategy. Fast lane strategy. So that is where we talk about how all that stuff works. Let's see. Okay, so I think that is it. Okay, thank you everybody for joining. We'll see you on the next live stream. And P.S. I did drop a couple of hints at the end about sort of a little bit, gives you a hint of what our future, our Tuesday and Wednesday presenters could be. All right, thank you everybody. We'll see you next time.